and girls, we here, we back, and we in the flesh. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here. I'm not gonna lie though, it's been a minute. I know, it's been a minute, and y'all probably wondering, where you been at, bruh? We've been waiting on this video specifically. I told y'all I was gonna drop this video, what's today? Oof, Lord have mercy. I told y'all I was gonna drop this like a week ago. Like realistically, and I'm just now getting to it. That's my bad. I just moved to Atlanta, okay? So I've been getting situated. I've been getting right, but we here, okay? So be cool off me. We here, okay? Now listen. So y'all remember like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I did an RWE all-time list. So these are the best players all time. I did a top 50 list, as you guys see right here to the left. This was the list from last year, right? Jalil Bethea I had at 1, Trey Parker 2, Isaac Williams at 3. This is the list I had last year, y'all boys and girls. Obviously, y'all see a lot of names y'all remember. Obviously, you know, we got Eli Ellis at 9, Quan at 6, Choppa 4, Isaac Williams 3, Scotty Atkinson's down here at 26. Most of these players, if you're not an OG, you're not going to remember most of these people. But this is kind of the list, y'all, that we had last year, right? Tyron Stokes, 28. Niles at 40. Feel me? Now, I'm going to be completely honest. This list I'm making right now is an updated list, and it has changed completely. I'm going to be real. Now, y'all know we've had a lot of players come through this year. A lot of good players have come through this year. Y'all know we had Slim Jesus. We had, you know, Caden House come through. Malachi, Black Panther, Ike. You feel me? The Twins. Dre. Rel. Even last year, Jameer Jones. You know, we've had some players come through, y'all. Keyshawn. So this list is going to shake up. Now, I'm a little interested to see how y'all are going to react to this list. Now, mind you, this is how we're basing this list, okay? So everybody knows last year, this list was, you know, obviously based off aura purposes, you know, how many tournaments they played with us, things like that. This list is strictly going to be how these players have played in an RWE jersey. That's how this list is going. How did these niggas perform with RWE across their chest? That's what this list is based off of, y'all. So if y'all want to get y'all mind thinking right now, put in the comment section who y'all think gonna be 1 through 3, 1 through 5. Because 1 through 5 changed. 6 through 10 changed. This whole list changed. There's some people I took off the list. I ain't gonna lie. All these people y'all see down here, most of these people, this changed completely. Most of these people ain't even on the list. So look, it's going to be interesting to see how y'all react. Now look, before we get into this, another update, feel me? Obviously, I'm settled. I moved into Atlanta. We here, okay? Obviously, I have a backup channel called The Wilder Side where I do reaction videos only, feel me? So go over there for a reaction channel only. We're about to get into the high school basketball season, y'all. Now, y'all know, obviously, back in the day, we used to record, you know, high school videos all the time where we pull up to a random high school, whether it was, you know, a high school with the best student sections, a high school that was like a rivalry game, a top-ranked matchup, things like that. We'd pull up, I'd mic up, we'd sit baseline, and we'd record the game, get reactions, things like that. Just how we did Nelson and Niles' first varsity game the other day, something like that. Now, y'all like that video. That video did 600,000 views. And the Newmans barely even played for real. So I assume y'all want that type video back. So we finna get into it. So let me know what high school games y'all want me to pull up to, whether it's a big name matchup, you know, a big rivalry. You know, I've gotten some good ones like Rainier Beach versus Garfield. I've gotten, you know, I should pull up to Millennium High School in Arizona to watch Aiden Diggs and Cam Holmes. You know, I've gotten, you know, some local, you know, Georgia rivalries, Texas rivalries, things like that. Send me places to go to. We gonna pull up. Me and Ray gonna be there, y'all boys. But we about to get into this top 50. We about to create some controversy, but it's time, y'all boys. I'm about to pull up this list, so give me 1 second. All right. RWE updated top 50 list. Y'all get it going. Anybody who clips on TikTok, a lot of controversy was started last year on TikTok. I know y'all finna get to it. Now listen, as y'all know, I'm a coach. I'm the coach. I see a lot of stuff. So a lot of things y'all see right through the camera is a lot different from my view because I'm literally on the sideline watching these guys play all the time. This is how I think they played in the RW jersey, whether it's reliability, whether it's showtime, they're always making a play, whether they play hard, they always make a difference. When I put these people in the game, the whole dynamic changes. Things like that. This is how I kind of based my list off of. So we finna get into this, y'all. At 50, we have Sid. Now look, I know y'all cutting up right now. Cam, what's wrong with you, bro? We love Sid. I know y'all love Sid, bro. I like Sid. I thought Sid was a really good basketball player. Obviously, Sid was a tryout pickup. Y'all loved him. Oh boy, y'all loved Sid. But unfortunately, Sid didn't do enough. Obviously, he had the Baltimore series. Did Sid play again after that? Or was that it? I think Sid just had Baltimore series, right? I think he was supposed to play. Am I tripping? No, Sid played somewhere else, y'all. Hold up. Let me think. He played in Baltimore for our first term of the year. Indiana, right? Did Sid played in Indiana with Mika, right? He did. Sid played in Indiana, y'all. That's what it was. Yep, he played in Indiana. So Sid played 2 AAU tournaments, y'all. Obviously, Baltimore was the one where he turned up. Obviously, y'all seeing tryouts, he got lit. But, you know, Indiana, he did his role, right? He's a shooter. He knocks down shots. He cracked the top 50. I think he's definitely a top 50 player all time because of his impact when he first played. Now, obviously, Sid didn't come back, y'all, because Sid is class of 2024. Like, he was old, gang. He was like 2 years off of LeVar. So, yeah, that's why we didn't bring Sid back. I know y'all wanted to see him back, but legitimate, we couldn't, bro. So, yeah, Sid at number 50, y'all. At number 49, Deshaun Dillon. Now, look, y'all, Deshaun played twice. Deshaun played in our Dallas team where we had 15U. We had Nelson, Beckham Black, Romello all in that squad. And he also played recently in New Jersey where he tried to punch on somebody. Y'all remember that dunk he had where he almost tried to, he tried to baptize somebody. Deshaun's one of the players, you know, he's young. He just plays hard, y'all. He does everything. He plays defense. He guarded the best player all weekend in Jersey. He has a good offense. He attacks the rim hard. I got to put Deshaun at 49. Personally, I think he was more impactful than Sid, especially when it comes to, like, playing different positions and guarding different people. That's why I got Deshaun at 49, y'all boys. At 48, Romello. Now, look. The reason Romello's so low is because Romello hasn't had that one performance with RWE that was like, damn, Romello did his shit. Y'all get what I'm saying? Also, Romello really hasn't played with us much. He hasn't played that much. He's been super busy. Obviously, you know, he's got his own team he plays for, things like that. But Romello hasn't had that performance that was like, wow. Like, Romello be hooping for real. You get what I'm saying? He's had some memorable moments and shit like that, but he hasn't had that game. We're still waiting on that. Obviously, he's class of 2027. Hopefully, Romello plays with us again. We would love to have him back. But I'm just waiting on that performance. That's why Romello's so low. At 47. Oh, wrong way. Tremby. Y'all remember Tremby from the Oklahoma City series? He was the tallest player in RWE history. 7'4". Yeah, Tremby didn't do too much, y'all boys. He didn't do as much as I would like him to. Obviously, he blocked a lot of shots. That's why he's at 47 because he probably was one of the top bigs when it comes to blocking shots. He did his thing, even though he got dunked on by a white boy. Yeah, he got punched on, feel me? But yeah, you know, Tremby did his job, but Tremby, you know, I had him at 30-something. Tremby dropped to 47. Yes. This list has shaken up a little bit. Also, y'all, if this video gets 10,000 likes, I will be doing a top 10 RWE teams of all time list. This is just teams. Might do 15 because we had a lot of teams. Full teams list. And we might do top 10 point guards of all time, top 10 shooting guards, things like that. If y'all want to see those kind of videos, 10,000 likes on this video. But yeah, Tremby at 47. At 46, we got Pharaoh. I don't know if y'all remember Pharaoh. Pharaoh played in Vegas. Pharaoh also played in Memphis. He was the big dude. He did his job. Pharaoh was an electric big man. He really didn't have too much, post-game for real. He's more of a lob threat, defensive threat. I think he definitely played better than Tremby in his time with RWE. But Pharaoh was definitely a force to be reckoned with. Pharaoh was nice. So I'm going to put him at 46. At 45, Jordan. Yeah, Jordan played a couple years ago in New Jersey. Jordan played in that Lancaster series. That was the biggest event ever. He was more like one of those. He was like a 6'8", spot up shooting type big. He wasn't like a traditional big. He was more of a stretch four. You feel me? He just had some memorable moments. He had games where he kept us in the game. He was hitting shots. He was a reliable player I could keep on the floor. Jordan was solid. I'm gonna put him at 45. At 44, Keyshawn Fisher. Now look, this is why I have Keyshawn at 44, y'all. Obviously, Keyshawn played this year in Baltimore. He played in Chicago. Keyshawn had some big shots, some big time things to put us in overtime. He has great defense. Boy, Keyshawn, oh Lord have mercy. He might have been one of the laziest players, and he knows this. Okay, he knows this. He was mad lazy at times. I catch him walking up the floor, not playing hard. Keyshawn was one of those players with RWE. If he didn't have that ball in his hand, sometimes he wouldn't care. He wouldn't care, and he would just walk, slack, things like that. And I saw a lot of comments during those series he played in where y'all didn't really like Keyshawn's effort. You feel me? I've seen it. Trust me. I read all y'all's comments when it comes to the AAU. I read everything. And we kind of, we agreed, Keyshawn, but he also had some good moments where he's strapped up. And when he's involved, Keyshawn's involved. He's playing hard. But I'm going to put him at 44. He had some good moments this year. At 43, Marcus Jackson. I think Marcus was one of the best bigs we had this year. I think Ethan Taylor personally was our best big we had this year. I lied. He wasn't. He's the second best big. Ethan Taylor played in the Jesser game, y'all. He was our big, that 7'1" kid who was blocking everything, But I think Marcus definitely was the second one. He was electric. He punched on people. He blocked shots. He played hard. I had him playing the whole goddamn game. Feel me? Shout out Marcus. He's definitely one of them top bigs we've ever had. So I got to put him at 43. At 42, Isaac Hayes. Isaac Hayes dropped, y'all. He did. Isaac had, his early careers with RWE. He had a lot of memorable moments for sure. I think we all knew that. Every time I brought Isaac back, he'd play well. I think Jersey plummeted his thing. He did not play well in Jersey, and we all know that. He was hurt, he told me. Now, I was a little upset that he wanted to play. I didn't find out he was hurt until he got to Jersey. And, I couldn't play him a lot, and he was really ineffective. Obviously, we lost a couple games in Jersey. That's why he dropped, but Isaac's still a hooper. I definitely want to see him play for RWE again when he's healthy because he's a good point guard. At 41, Justin McBride. I don't know if y'all remember Justin McBride. He played in our first tournament, really, when we had that super team in Dallas a long time ago. He was just dominant. I'm going to be real. I got to show respect to the people who played a long time ago. He was one of them ones. So I'm going to put him at 41. At 40, Lincoln Cosby. The reason Sneaky Link is at 40, my young bull, sometimes he didn't play as hard, right? I feel like sometimes Lincoln was too cool for school. Me and Snipe tell him that all the time. We be joking with him a lot. But sometimes, he could have a little bit better effort. You feel me? But Lincoln got potential through the roof. He's 6'10", can move, can dribble, can shoot. He does everything. He just needs to put a little bit more effort on the defensive end. I think he could be super dominant. You feel me? He just needs that motor. If he has that motor where he plays hard at all times, Lincoln gonna be a lottery pick when his time comes, for real. But yeah, Lincoln, it was just about effort, for real. He didn't play as hard sometimes, but Sneaky Link, we want you back, baby. We'll see you next year. You're gonna be back for sure. We want you. At 39, Jameer Jones. The reason Jameer's at 39, obviously Jameer was one of the most dominant players we had. He played in Miami for one game until we got kicked out of Ball on the Beach. And then he played in Virginia series where we had Cayenne, Nate Ament, Nico, TK, all them players. Jameer, he just played his role. He played defense. I had him guarding the best player. He was one of the best passers we had. There was a game he had 12 assists. Jameer just nice as hell. He's just dominant. That's why I'm going to put him at 39. At 38, Jasir. Jasir's early time with RWE was really good. That Ohio series, the first time we went to Ohio, Jasir, boy, what? He was going stupid. I brought him back for Virginia. He was hooping in Virginia too. Jasir last year was going stupid. This year, Jasir, when we had him in Baltimore, I don't know what happened. Jasir plummeted. I don't know if, like, I just don't know what happened. Jasir, we all know Jasir is cold. Like, he nice, but I don't know what happened. He just kind of plummeted. He knows that. He wanted his redemption. He really couldn't get his redemption for real. But Jasir got to be at 38. We love Jasir. Jasir is my mom's favorite RWB player that we've had. So, yeah, I'm going to put Jasir at 38. At 37, we got Big Jaden. Y'all know Big Jaden. You know, he's played with us many times. He was one of our bigs that we had consistently. Played his role really well. He's really good. Played on that Lancaster team with all them super hoopers. So, 37, we always going to show respect to Big Jaden. At 36, we got J-Rock. Now, I'm not going to lie, y'all. I wanted to see J-Rock a lot last year. Obviously, we got him in Baltimore and we got him in Chicago, but we didn't see him again. Obviously, J-Rock plays for a different AAU team. You know, he also had football going on. J-Rock is a good point guard, right? I think we can all agree J-Rock is a really good point guard. He was electric. He definitely had the move of the year where he, you know, went behind the back, that crazy between the leg, up and under leg. He definitely had the move of the year. J-Rock, you know, he was also a fan favorite. Y'all loved him. I definitely want to see him back next year. I think he's class of 2026. So this upcoming AAU season next year will be the last time we see him. But yeah, J-Rock at 36. Also, another thing, y'all, next year for AAU season, I think we're going to change it up a little bit. Obviously, y'all want new faces. The whole idea of RWE is to give people opportunity. We want to stop bringing around the same people. You get what I'm saying? So I think what we're going to do is we're going to bring 1 or 2 people to each city. Let me know what y'all think. 1 or 2 players to each city that we know that we want to feature. And we want to surround them with 6 or 7 RWE players or tryout players and see what they do. You get what I'm saying? So we're going to see. Obviously, I know y'all like seeing 5 stars playing and things like that. We're still going to bring them back, but I want to see what they play with some tryout players for sure. At 35, we got J. Nick. J. Nick at 35. Y'all know J. Nick had a time, y'all. There was a time y'all didn't like J. Nick. Y'all did not like J. Nick because he didn't pass the ball, right? And I get it. There were times that J. Nick didn't pass the ball, right? He was a ball hog, whatever. But when J. Nick was on, J. Nick was on. And y'all know that. He was hooping. He wouldn't miss many shots. He was dunking on people. His energy was crazy. People were radiating off his energy. Like, J. Nick wasn't one of them spark players, but boy, he didn't pass at all. So we're going to put him at 35. At 34, Adam Njai. Same thing like J. Nick. Didn't pass the ball at all. These two didn't pass the ball. The reason Adam is a little higher than J. Nick is because I think Adam had more crazy games. You get what I'm saying? Adam had those games. We all know Adam went crazy, right? So I'm going to put Adam at 34. Adam Njai was probably one of the shiftiest players we ever had. At 33, Niles Newman. Shout out Niles. Niles was at 40 last year. He got bumped up to 33. You know, Niles obviously 14 years old, right? But Niles still, I think to this day, has the most RWE points of all time. He's number 1. I think Choppa's 2. Niles had 42 in a game. Choppa had 40. So I think Niles still holds that record. But yeah, that Arizona series Niles had shot him up. That boy was going stupid out there in Arizona. So Niles at 33. At 32, we got Hampton. Feel me? Hampton played, you know, a lot a couple years ago. You know, he played in that Lancaster series. He played in the New Jersey series. He's one of the best on-ball defenders I've ever had. So we got to put Hampton at 32. He was always that guy. Anytime Dylan Harper and them tell y'all we want him on the floor with us, yeah, that should say something. Hampton at 32. At 31, Lance. I think Lance's performance in Indiana put this up here. Lance evolved over the years, y'all. Y'all know Lance was only one of those guys who took it to the rim, and that was all he had. Now, I had Lance guarding the best player. I had Lance, he was catching and shooting. He was getting all the dirty buckets, you know, the tip-ins, the putbacks, things like that. I love having Lance on the floor, and there's some players that are ranked high. And the reason I have them ranked high is because of how much I loved having them on the floor because they impacted the game. You get what I'm saying? Lance at 31, he's an OG. Shout out Lance. He's at UAB right now doing his thing. Shout out to him. At 30, we got Andre. Now, y'all know Andre played in Chicago, and he also played in Arizona. Now, Dre in Chicago, I didn't play him as much, right? Obviously, we had a stacked team in Chicago, and there wasn't really much minutes for him. He also didn't play too well in Chicago. I think he was more so worried about talking shit than actually playing. And he wanted his redemption. Obviously, he hit me up all the time. Yo, I want my redemption. Bring me back, bring me back, bring me back. And, you know, obviously we had other teams set. Then we did Arizona. And Andre just moved to a school in Arizona. I was like, Dre, pull up. Let's play. Y'all love Dre. I know y'all rock with Dre. Like, Dre from Chicago to Arizona was the biggest difference. Like, Dre did his shit. Dre, y'all will be seeing, I think Dre's 2026. Y'all gonna see a lot of Dre next year. Obviously, he's gonna commit to a college soon, I'm pretty sure. And you know, once he's committed, you know, he'll have until June. All the 2026 guys, y'all will have until June to play with us in RWE. Obviously, and then they get sent off to college and things like that. But Dre, y'all gonna see him a lot next year. He just a spark, bruh. Plays hard, plays defense, talks his shit, entertaining as hell to watch. He does some dumbass shit on the court though sometimes, for sure. Some dumb shit, but not enough for me to take him off the floor. You get what I'm saying? So Dre at 30, shout out Dre. 29, John Mobley. One of the best shooters we had on RWE, self-explanatory. Played in that Lancaster team, played in LA a long time ago. John Mobley, he just shooter, bro. Y'all remember John Mobley. He's at Ohio State right now. Got a clip. At 28, Aiden Diggs. Here's the thing about Aiden, y'all. Me and Aiden joke around a lot. You feel me? That's my young bull. Love Aiden, right? We're going to joke around a lot. I'm hard on him for a reason, right? Aiden's going to be in the NBA one day, right? Aiden is one of the best scorers in the nation. But Aiden has always been on an RWE team where it was super stacked, right? And he doesn't try to score as much. He more so plays a different role of, I'm going to do what it takes for the team to win. Now, next year, Aiden's going to be at a city where he is the focus. And y'all are going to see how good Aiden Diggs really is. He's ranked top 10 in his class for a reason. Aiden Diggs is good as fuck. Like, he's a pro bag. Feel me? So y'all going to see next year, we're going to feature him and we're just going to surround him with players and see what he does. Like, y'all, Aiden Diggs is really good. I'm going to surround him and give him that spotlight because he deserves it. Aiden at 28. At 27, Tahad. 26, Cayenne. 25, Dylan Harper. 24, Ian Jackson. The reason I put them at 24 to 27, I grouped them together because obviously all these players played on teams that were super stacked. I put them all together, things like that. I think they all played about the same. You know, obviously, Dylan, Ian, and Tahad all played in that Lancaster series, one of the best series we've ever had on the channel. You know, I think Ian played the best out of all of them, personally. Now, if we were talking skill, and I put all this RW top 50 based on skill, these players would be in the top 5, top 10. But this is just based off of how they played in the RWE jersey. You feel me? You know, they all performed pretty well. You know, Cayenne did his thing. Cayenne don't pass the goddamn ball, but deservingly so. He's a bucket. You feel what I'm saying? He's at Syracuse going crazy. Shout out him. Shout out all my guys. Shout out Dylan for getting drafted. Tahada get drafted next year. Ian's at St. John's going crazy. You know, but yeah, that was just a super dope event that they all played in. So yeah, that's why I grouped them together. You feel me? Because they all kind of played the same. You know, they're all on stacked teams playing together and things like that. At 23, Ja'Kai Howard. I think Ja'Kai played in Atlanta. Ja'Kai only played one series with us, but y'all know Ja'Kai went crazy. Punching everything. You feel me? Ja'Kai is interesting. I haven't kept up with Ja'Kai recently. I know he's at Utah right now with Choppa. I don't know what he's doing right now, if he's getting a lot of minutes, things like that. But Ja'Kai was always, he was different. At 22, we got Jake West. I think Jake had some pretty good moments with us, y'all. Y'all know he was a fan favorite, one of the most entertaining players that ever played with us. And you know, I think he did his thing. You know, y'all loved him. Y'all always wanted us to bring him back. He was a great PG1, you know, great passer. I wish his jump, to be real, Jake can shoot, but his jumper was never like super, super chicken. You get what I'm saying? But no, Jake was obviously like, you know, he was a hooper. Did his thing. Canada series was probably his come out series where he really like, okay, he's really fucking good. You feel what I'm saying? But Jake West at 22. Shout out Jake. He's at Northwestern. At 21, we got Baby Giannis. I know y'all remember Baby Giannis from the OG days, right? Love that young bull. He's currently playing tight end for, Texas Longhorns. But when he played basketball, like he was that shit. He's an OG. Like y'all gonna know Baby Giannis if you're an OG for real. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, he was always, even the Atlanta series when he played with Trey Parker, Ja'Kai, Cam Scott, all them hoopers, he was still dropping 20, 15, 20. He was dominant. You feel what I'm saying? That wasn't even his main sport. So shout out Baby Giannis. That's an OG. He's at 21. At 20, we have made it to the top 20, y'all boys. This is where it gets interesting. Things have changed in this top 20. Here we go. At 20, the twins, Darion and Dre Truesdale. I'm going to put the twins at 20. I had to group them together because they were on the court together and they played together a lot. The twins are at 20, y'all, because their impact doesn't go unnoticed. Y'all know, you feel me? I used to be hard on the twins. They're some of the goofiest niggas ever, right? But, regardless of how goofy they are like glue guys. Like, they play good-ass defense. They're diving on the floor. They're always playing hard. They can shoot the shit out the ball. They're athletic. I ain't gonna lie. I think their athleticism, they're losing it. Because remember Indiana tryouts, y'all, when they was East Baying and shit? Calm, East Bay? I ain't seen them do that since, bro. I don't know what's going on. They have yet to try and dunk on somebody. I thought they were going to be the people who were always going to catch bodies. You feel me? But, every time I put the twins in the game, we go on runs. Miami, they were a big part of us going undefeated in Miami and beating all those fucking creator teams, right? We beat everybody. You feel me? So, shout out to the twins. Darion's going crazy on the Dreamers. Unfortunately, Dre's not really getting minutes on the Dreamers. Don't know why, right? Because I'm not going to, listen, the Dreamers are the number one team in OTE. I'll never judge why Dre's not playing because, obviously they got a scheme. They got something going on that's working clearly. They're number one. They're the best team, and it's not even close. But, I'm going to make a call. Hey, Dre, come play for RW because we need a player like Dre for sure. So, twins at 20. At 19, Caden House made an impact this year. Boy, I'll tell you what. Caden House was our best player in Miami, and he was damn near our best play. No, he wasn't. It's a debate. He was one of our best players when we played against Jesser. Caden House is definitely one of the best point guards we've had on the channel. Y'all know how cold he is. He's always tired. And every time I've had Caden House play with us, bro, he was never at 100% because he always had a camp before or a tournament before. I'd fly him out right after. I never had Caden at 100%. 2026, he's already committed. He's going to Maryland. We have him until June. So whatever tournament he wants to play in until June, he's more than welcome. I want to see Caden at 100%. Caden House is cold, y'all boys. At 18, Nelson Newman. God damn it. Y'all know, the reason Nelson dropped, y'all boys, feel me? We haven't seen Nelson in a while, bro. Big bro going Hollywood, y'all boys, feel me? Shout out Young Bull. He's almost 17 years old now. We've seen him on this channel since he was 13, right? He's been here for a while. He's had a lot of memorable moments on RWE. You feel me? But we just haven't seen Young Bull play in a while. I think we're going to see him, a decent amount next year. But, yeah, I'm going to put Nelson at 18. He's had some really good moments. He's a good-ass point guard. He's obviously going to keep getting better. But Nelson at 18 for sure. 17! Okay, no. Caden House, twins, Baby Giannis, Jake West. Okay, they're better than Nelson. Okay, I know this, right? All these players below are better than Nelson, right? Obviously, they're more grown, built in, things like that. But we're going to show respect. Dude, we're going to pay homage to the OGs. Nelson at 18. Cry harder. At 17, Malachi Jordan. Now, look, y'all, Malachi, shit, that's an NBA player, bro. He's pro. Malachi is pro. Goddamn. You feel me? That boy's a hooper, bro. I don't know what class he is. I think he's 2027. So we have him for another couple years. But, bro, Malachi is 6'7", can dribble the shit out the ball. He's strong as hell. Take it to the rim. He can shoot. He's got a pro bag. He plays defense. Malachi cold, y'all boys. I think deservingly so. He deserves to sit at 17. He played You know what I'm saying? He played in the Jester game. He played in Ohio. He played in Arizona. Malachi nice as fuck. At 16, Ike, the Black Panther. Ike nice as shit. One of the most athletic guards we've ever had on the channel. Recently, he's been kind of inconsistent. You feel me? But he be calm. I be putting him on super stacked teams. You feel me? So, like, you know, he got to share the rock and things like that. But Ike, one of the best point guards we've had, I think, respectively. Now, I know you guys are going to sit here and say I'd put Caden House over Ike. That's a debate. That's a debate. If we talk about who's had better games, you could say Caden House. That whole Miami series, I think he dropped 20 damn near every game. Jester game, he went stupid. Black Panther, we've seen him a lot more on the channel, I think. You know, he's had some good games. He's had some good-ass highlights, things like that. I'm going to put Ike at 16. Y'all can debate in the comments whether you put Caden or Ike higher. We're going to see. At 15, Rail. Listen. As a coach, being me, Rail is a player I'm going to start regardless. I don't give a fuck who's on the team. Rail's going to start. Y'all know Rail. Played in Baltimore. Played in the Jester game. Played in Miami. He's that. Rail is that, bro. I think personally the best defender we've ever had. The best defender we've had. He's scrappy as fuck. He's getting to that Baja. He can shoot the rock. Rail is super underrated. Like, I would not be surprised if Rail's class of 2027, I think. I'd be very surprised, or I would not be shocked if he cracks the top 50 rankings or top 75 ESPN really soon. Gang, Rail, we want to see you on RW, bro. We miss you, gang. Like, real shit. I love having Rail on the court, gang. Like, Rail is that. Y'all can cry harder. Nigga, we putting Rail at 15 for sure. At 14, J-Jack. God damn. J-Jack was one of the most explosive players we've ever had on RWE. That's on my mama, bruh. Y'all see Memphis? Nigga, 360 tweens? 360 windmills? Bro, J-Jack, bruh. Remember that New Jersey series? Like, for a while ago? Bro. Gang, Memphis series, he was going stupid. Bruh, J-Jack, bruh. He was OD. J-Jack was OD. 14 for shit show. At 13, Thomas Sorber. Y'all know Thomas is on the Oklahoma City Thunder now. I think Thomas, it's a debate for who's the best big on RW all time. He's going to say it's not. It's a debate. But Thomas, y'all know he played in PA, Lancaster last year with Jaleel Quan Choppa. He was going crazy. He's in the NBA. It's for a reason. Thomas was going dumb on RWE. We'll put him at 13. He's not going to like that. But we're going to put him at 13. At 12, Scotty Atkinson. Hey, let's clap it up for Scotty. Y'all boys, last year, 2 years ago, Scotty was at 28. He shot up to 12. That Ohio series where Scotty dropped 40-something. Bro, Scotty has had some really good games with us. Miami series, Ohio series, Arizona series. You know, he's even dated back to 2023 when he played with us in Atlanta with Trey Parker. Scotty's an OG, gang. Scotty's an OG. Y'all gonna see a lot of Scotty coming up, but Scotty cold as hell. I really don't understand why ESPN hasn't ranked him in the late 30s, early 40s for whatever reason. Gatorade Player of the Year. They tripping, bro. But Scotty, bro, he's that. Scotty nice as shit. At 11, Zion Sensley. Now, I know y'all remember Zion. He was just everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, he did his shit. He played in Lancaster. You know, he played in LA a while ago. Just 6'8", 6'9", could shoot the shit out the ball. Athletic as hell. Energy guy. Like, he had some really good moments with us, and I personally think he was one of the best players in that Lancaster series when we had those stacked lineups. He was one of the best players. Like, he was scoring consistent 15 points a game, and we had those guys on that squad. Y'all know what guys I'm talking about. Zion Sensei, I'm going to respect. He get that respect, obviously, all the time. He getting at 11. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the top 10. This is where shit gets aki. This top 10 has shaken up completely. Let's do it. At 10, Eli Ellis. Listen, all right? Eli only played with us one time, y'all boys, and it was in Dallas 2-3 years ago. He dropped 50. No, Eli Ellis holds the scoring record for RWE. He scored 50. And he wheeled us back into it. Like, he was hitting half-court shots. Y'all remember that shit? Yeah, he scored 50. Eli Ellis, he's going to forever be in the top 10 unless we get, like, some crazy shit. Mind you, every year this list is bound to change due to the players that we get every year. You get what I'm saying? Eli at 10, one of the best scorers we've ever had on RWE. That Dallas series just set him apart. Like, he did his shit. Like, he was going fucking dumb. At 9, Cam Scott. Now, Cam Scott I had at 7 last year. He's now at 9. That boy was going dumb. Boy, Cam Scott, y'all know Cam Scott. Y'all know Cam Scott. Near and dear to RWE family. You feel me? We love him. You feel me? Cam Scott was that shooter, dunking on niggas. We've had him for a lot of tournaments. Shout out Cam Scott. He'll forever be one of the best shooters we've had. There's still that guy. Feel me? But Cam Scott at 9. He was a demon. Like, I had him on the floor a lot for a reason. At 8, TK, Taylon Kenny. Now, TK played in the Ohio series twice, and then in Virginia. TK that boy. TK that boy. Now, I was very disappointed we only got TK for one tournament this year. You feel me? And I was in Ohio. Very disappointed. I would love to see TK play for RWE in 2026 until he goes to Kansas. Obviously, I know he committed to Kansas. I would love to see him play for RWE again. I'd hope he want to. Last little stretch. TK at 8, he's had some games. Every time he plays for RWE, he puts on a show. Y'all know TK. That nigga, yeah. Also, he's been buying VC and shit. Nigga got arm tattoos shit. I don't know who he feeling like. But at 8, TK. He that. At 7. Oh, shit. Fuck. I went too quick. At 7, we got Daquan Davis. I can't even say one of the best point guards. Daquan at 7, bro. Energy guy. Quan just demon. Defensive demon. Always brought the energy. Crash out. He's everything I would want in an RWE point guard. He is that. Quan was that. Everything I ever wanted. I never wanted to take Quan off the court. It was a lot. Quan at 7. Like, he's the epitome of an RWE point guard. He's that. At 6, LeVar. LeVar, gang, has had the most memorable games in RWE history. He is the most memorable RWE player. When you think of RWE, you think of Nelson and LeVar. But when you think of, like, LeVar, gang. OG LeVar was the best one of, like, he put on a show. Y'all know LeVar love fighting niggas. LeVar has had the most memories in RWE history. I think we can all agree. Crash out. One little thing said to LeVar, G's, my nigga. He gonna fight your ass. It's facts. He gonna come scrap your ass. But goddamn, LeVar, even his old ass, when I put him on the court with these young bulls, I still want to keep him on the court because he played good ass defense. Feel me? LeVar at 6. We're gonna show respect to the OG at all times. Shout out LeVar, RWE demon. Shout out my young nigga, man. LeVar at 6. The top 5 is here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, don't hate me for this top 5, but this is who I personally think is here. This is who I personally think. Let me drink some water. The top 5 RWE players of all time. At number 5, Chopper. The best shooter in RWE history. And it's not even close. Now y'all know, to this day, we still throw up the elbows to pay homage to Chopper. Bullseye tatted on the elbow, 3-pointer to the dome. You know what it is. The best shooter of all time. In New York series, he had a 40 bomb. Lancaster series, he had many 30-point games. Like, bro, he didn't miss. He didn't miss. Chopper is loved, beloved, forever RWE family. One of the most entertaining players we've ever had. He started a whole trend. There was a lot to Chopper, bro. It's Chopper. Chop at 5. At 4, Isaac Williams. Look! Stay, look. Listen. A lot of y'all think Isaac is the number 1 player all time in RWE history. When it comes to RWE, when what RWE is meant, we did AAU tryouts, and we found him through AAU tryouts, and he blew up from there. That is what RWE is supposed to be about. Isaac is the epitome of what we wanted at RWE. We found a tryout player. He was good as fuck, and we wanted the world to know how good Isaac Williams is, and y'all seen it. I never started Isaac. I always brought him off the bench because I knew I needed a nigga off the bench who was going to be that, and he was that, times 10. He's currently at Baylor right now doing his fucking thing. Isaac Williams at 4. The best tryout pickup of all time, and it's not even close. Now, the 3 people I personally think had a little bit more of an impact. That's just me. Now, don't get it twisted. Isaac was that. That nigga was a demon. DeAdrian, that's DeAdrian, that's not his number 1 in his heart, for sure. That Isaac is DeAdrian's number 1 player of all time, and I understand. But I think these 3 players had a little bit more impact on RWE. At number 3! Wait. Oh, shit. Oh! Mika Mernon, a.k.a. Slim Jesus. Okay? Slim Jesus. Yeah. Mika's 3. No, a lot of people are going to tell me Mika's 1. No, Mika's 3. And personally, Mika's 3 because, you know, bro, that Indiana series, I've never seen someone who was 6'11", white boy, by the way, 6'11", from Finland, first European player we ever had on RWE, shoot this shit out the ball, punch on niggas, and he started this whole thing. Bro, he went to his home country, and we called him Slim Jesus. The entire country of Finland is calling that nigga Slim Jesus. Turn my water to wine. Now, y'all, I know y'all be like, bro, he's not Jesus. There's only one. I understand. Listen, that name is not to be taken literally, y'all. We call him Slim Jesus because he's slim and he's good as fuck. That's an NBA player. The best big we've ever had on RWE. Me personally. I've never seen nothing like Mika personally in my life when it comes to high school basketball. I've never seen it. Slim Jesus, bow your head. Y'all gonna be like, bruh. Rhetorical, gang. Be cool. Slim Jesus at 3. The best big I've ever had on RWE. He was that. Oh my God. That Indiana series, when he was dribbling on the court and he came around and, bro, come on. Mika at 3. At 2! Jalil Bethea. Yo! All right, bro. Be cool. Listen. Everybody settle down. Everybody settle down. Yes, Jalil was my number one player last year when I made this list. He was. He was my number one. You know, Jalil is RWE. The most electric player we've had on RWE. The most highlights. The best mixtapes ever on RWE. Jalil had it all. Jalil is RWE to the core. He is. You feel me? He's at Bama right now. He's currently hurt. Twin finna get on that court. He's at the perfect college, in my opinion. Offensive ass system. He's finna go dumb. The best mixtape of all time in RW is Jalil. It is. He punching on niggas, crash out, talking shit, dunking shit, shooting shit, everything. He had the whole package. Jalil, yeah. But unfortunately, Jalil had to drop to number 2. Now I'm peeping. I'm missing somebody. I messed up my list. At number 4 should be Trey Parker. Y'all are probably wondering where the fuck Trey Parker's at. I messed the list up. Trey's supposed to be at 4, Isaac at 5. So everybody on this list, y'all, drops down 1. Trey Parker at 4. Y'all know Trey Parker. Demon. Trey Parker's at 4. So everybody on this list, y'all just drop down 1. Trey Parker at 4. He might debatably have the best RW mixtape of all time. Don't get it twisted. Trey Parker might. That nigga was doing some crazy shit. He was doing some crazy shit. Trey Parker might have the best mixtape, actually. It's a debate. Trey Parker was at 2 last year. He dropped to 4. Jalil was at 1 last year. He dropped to 2. Because this man right here is the best RW player we've ever had. Now, he's played in 3 tournaments with RWE. Actually, he's played in 2. He played in New York. And he played in Lancaster. I might be missing one. I might be tripping. When it comes to performance, dominance, and just all out, not a single nigga on that court can fuck with him, there's a reason this nigga's number 1, bro. Not even close. The best player to ever wear RW across his goddamn chest, Tyron Stokes. The shit that I seen this nigga do in Lancaster, I was speechless, my nigga. He is 6'8", 230 pounds, dunking on niggas, strapping 9 threes in a game. Gang, we was down 20 in a game. This nigga made 6 straight threes in a row and we won the bitch. Now, y'all know in New York, he wasn't doing all that. He was hooping. He was dominant. He wasn't shooting like he was now. I told y'all, Tyron Stokes is 1 jump shot away from being clear-cut number 1 pick in the NBA draft. Now he's shooting shit. And has a fucking tight handle. When did nigga get that? Who the fuck working with this nigga? They creating a beast. They is. Now, my young nigga got to fix his attitude a little bit. He's a slight crash out. But listen, he that. The best player ever to wear RW. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all gonna debate. Y'all gonna debate with me. Y'all gonna say it, bro. I know. Tyron's number 1, gang. He is. I haven't seen the shit that he did ever on RW. I haven't. I was speechless, my nigga. There you have it, y'all. Our top 50 RW updated list. Tyron is officially now the number 1 player in RW history. Now, this could change. We have some players that want to play with us this year, y'all. Now, all my 2026 hoopers, listen. If y'all want to play for RWE gang, you feel me? I'm very specific on who I choose. Y'all know y'all see a lot of the same players. I'm very specific on the players I choose. I want RWE mentality. I don't need niggas who are just going to be la, la, la. You know, I'm too cool for school. Fuck that. No, that's not what I'm here for. So you 2026s, I got one kind of locked in already. Number 5 ranked player in 2026 going to Missouri will be in the NBA. It's going to be exciting next year, y'all. Y'all 2026, y'all want to play for RWB, let me know. 2027s, we got a lot of returning. 2028s, it's going to be exciting, y'all. But this is my updated top list. Now, again, if y'all want top 10 teams of all time, 10,000 likes. If y'all want top 10 point guards of all time and shooting guards, big men, all that, 10,000 likes. Also, big announcement. Big announcement. I will officially be doing my first ever 13U AAU team. Yes, it's time. The time has finally come. We will be doing a young kid team. It's finally time. I've been bullshitting. I haven't done a young bull team, and we are going to be doing that young bull team very, very soon. Either December, this month, could be this upcoming. No, I can't do this weekend. Can't do the week after that because of Thanksgiving. Weekend after that, I think I'm going to Miami. It might be in December. Young Bull tournament. Yes, it's coming. We're here. It's time to coach these young bulls up. It's going to be the funniest shit ever. Oh, my God. Sniper Jones will be with me. Undefeated assistant coach. It's going to be a movie, y'all boys. So y'all get ready for that. 10,000 likes on this video. Got some new shit coming. Let me know what videos y'all want me to do coming up this fall, this winter. And we out. Let me know what y'all think about this top 50 list, y'all boys. We signing the fuck out. Deuces, nigga.